Hello everyone, this is Gayle, and I did a tutorial just recently on an Aurora Borealis. I used two different color combinations. One is just the red, the green, and the gold, blue. And the next other one I added some magenta pearl, and I decided I was going to use these as Natasha beads. And I'm just folding them up just so the colors will mix up pretty good. I love Natasha beads. I don't know if you've never made any. They're so much fun. And you never know what you're going to get. They're going to be the same. I mean, they're never going to be the same. You'll never get the same bead twice. So I've got all these colors together, and I'm going to press it down and try to make it round because I want to make it a little bit longer. There, it's round, and I'm going to roll it out. I'm just making sure it's all conditioned right now. It's all the same temperature, I think it is. But once you roll it out into a snake, start twisting it. Twist it and then fold it. And then roll this into a snake. Now you can do this as many times as you want. It just depends on how detailed you want your Natasha bead. I think I will do it one more time. Got it rolled out. I'm going to twist it. Aren't those pretty colors? Then I'm going to fold it and put it together. And put it back into a round cane. Now, what I like to do, I'll get out my square pairs from Tiny Pandora. I'm going to take the largest ones. And I may have to cut this in half. It might get a little bit too long, but I'm going to put these between the square pairs and square this cane off. Now you can make this as big or as small as you want it. I think I'm going to make this a little bit shorter. And just square it off. And then, well, you can do it either this way, by squaring it off on the table, or you can just cut the ends off, whichever you want to do. But what you want to do is cut a length. I think I'll just cut this in half. See the inside? Isn't that neat looking? But what we're going to do now, try to get it evenly square. If you want a square bead. And I'm going to cut right down the middle. And then I'm going to lay them down opposite each other. And then put them together where the patterns meet, because this is the side we cut, so it's going to be like a mirror image. The gold kind of got lost there, and just look at it. This way to me it looks like a face, and this way it looks like wings, maybe an angel with wings. But now we're going to take each half and cut it in half. I'll do it one at a time just so you can see what we're doing. So again, we're going to have a mirror image where we cut. So we're just going to fold this out so that the two edges meet and come together, and try to match up your little points or whatever you happen to have so that they fit. And then do the same with the other side, and I'll do it from the back just because it's going to make it easier. I'm going to cut this in half, which is this side, and again we're going to fold it out so that it matches, and then finagle it so that this will go in, and you'll see that the fourth side also will match. So there is the Natasha effect. You see it's a four-sided. I like that side. Looks like a, actually it looks like the devil. And then there's that side. If you turn it this way, it looks like a pretty flower. And then there's this side, which is the one that ended up getting rounded because it was the side we were finagling with. So you might just need to flatten that out a little bit. So from here, you can decide what you want to do. You could use this as a large bead, or you can stretch it out a little bit. I'm just going to square off these sides. And you can actually cut this in half. Actually, what I'm going to do first is cut the ends off. So that the ends will match. Not match, but they'll be straight. And let's see how long this is. Well, I couldn't get much closer to 2 inches if I tried, so I'm just going to cut it at 1 inch. Now here you can do a couple of things. You can pull the ends up. Just take the corners and start folding them up slowly, because you don't want to tear it or anything. And then do the same thing with the other side. Just bring your corners up, opposite corners, and just keep pulling and stretching until you get it up to where you can press it together into a point. These colors didn't turn out as bright as I hoped they would. I just thought they were so pretty together that it would be nice to make them into Natasha's. And then you could take a toothpick or a skewer or whatever and poke through here. I'm going to go through halfway and go this way halfway, and somehow miraculously they end up meeting in the middle. But if you put it on a toothpick or a skewer and then get your ends straight, it works better. But there's a large Natasha bead. You could use this as a focal bead on a necklace. Cut these others into smaller pieces so you can make smaller beads to go around it. I don't know if I would want that. That just looks like the devil to me, so I wouldn't want that side to show, but that's the one that's got the prettiest picture on it. But that would be one bead. Let me stretch this out a little bit. I'll show you how to do some smaller beads. I'll just do it with the roller. Roll it out on all four sides till it gets as long as you want it. I'm going to take this back out to 2 inches, or a little over 2 inches. This one doesn't have as much of a specific picture to it. But here's this. You can do the exact same thing. Bring the ends up and make it into a pointed bead. Bring these corners up. These are easier because you don't have as much clay to mess with. And again, you could put these on a toothpick. Like I said, go in about halfway from one end and go to the other end. And go in halfway, and it's amazing how they seem to meet up. And then just perfect your corners. You can square it back up by laying it on a table. But this is just playing. I just wanted to have something to give you, and I didn't have a tutorial, so I thought I would just let you watch me play. I was going to paint today, but found out I'm using Thompson's water seal on my deck, and went out to paint and realized that I needed mineral spirits to clean the brush, and I didn't have any, so I couldn't do that. And I said, okay, I think I'll go get in my clay room. But these are just some things. These are large beads. I would really do much smaller beads. Like I would cut that in half and make little beads. These I would probably make more into a round bead. Press the ends in. Press those ends in. But this is a good thing to do with scrap clay. If you have a lot of scrap clay, pull out your good colors that you like. Roll them together, roll them into a log, twist them. But look at that, isn't that a pretty bead? The rainbow colors, that's gorgeous. But that would go with these if you wanted to use them on a similar necklace or whatever. I'll just finish this up since this is the last piece. I'm not going to mess with that half. But I may cut it just to show you what pictures come up on the inside. But I love these beads. So there you go. There's Natasha. Excuse me, Natasha. Let me do one, just cut this one to see what it's going to look like. Try to cut it in the middle. And open it up. Put it together. That looks like a little boy face. Like a little boy in a skeleton costume. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this one in half. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this one, even though I'm going to leave it there for a while. So that's cut in half. I'm going to open this up. and match up your colors and put it together. That's pretty. And do the same thing over here. Open it up. Ooh, this one's pretty too. This side turned out much prettier than the other one. And just finagle this so that you can get these two sides together. And you'll see that these sides also are mirror images. This one looks like a series of hearts. I don't know if you can see them. I see a heart, heart, and a heart. Good for Valentine's Day, isn't it? I'm just going to smooth out these sides. But this is a pretty one. I like this. This one turned out to me prettier than the other one. These I would probably, since these are the same colors, you could put one on each end. Put a little spacer bead, and you'll see if you leave it square, there's a hole already there for your toothpick or whatever you want to use. Here's a skewer. I could stick my skewer in there and it would go all the way through to the other side. Because until you start pressing it together, that hole stays there. But there you go. These are just playing with scrap clay, which sometimes that's what I do. When I don't have anything else to do, I just get in here and play with my scrap. I'm just trying to square these up again. But I really like this one. I like the little boy face on that side. That looks like a long-gilled fish to me. This one looks like a butterfly, and then those are the hearts. So there you go. Just wanted to show you some of the possibilities when you have leftover scrap. And you don't have to make them as big as I made them. I made them big so you'd be able to see them on camera. But let me just zoom in. You might just want to leave, but make them smaller. Make your, when you roll your rods, make the rods smaller instead of big like I did, and you'll get smaller pieces that you can make into smaller beads. But there you go. There is a Natasha bead. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll try to get another tutorial back for you soon. Bye-bye.